Today I'm going to talk about how to evaluate the length of a triangle using distance formula. First of all, I would like to recall what is distance formula. Giving 2 points x1, y1, x2, y2, the distance between these 2 points can be written as square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. Okay, I also would like to recall another important theorem. Okay, we call it Pythagorean Theorem. Okay, so given a right triangle, we have 2 legs and 1 hypotenuse. Okay, and we have the lengths for 2 legs, that is A and B, and we also have the length for the hypotenuse, that is C. Then according to Pythagorean theorem, we have C square equals A square plus B square. Okay, so that is Pythagorean theorem. And also, if we know that it is a right triangle, we can say the area of this triangle equals 1/2 A times B. Okay, A times B. Now, let's solve these problems. Here we have 3 points. We can roughly draw the points. Okay, roughly draw this point A and B and C. Okay, for example, C is here. And we know C's coordinate is -4, 11. And B is 4, 8. And C is 1, 0. So we connect the points. Okay, we have triangle, and of course we have 3 sides. Now we want to calculate the length for each side. Okay, for each side. How to calculate the length? We're gonna follow distance formula. For example, I wanted to calculate the length between A and B. So I want to calculate the length between A and B. And we're gonna follow the formula here. So if I assume A is x1, y1, B is x2, y2. Okay, then we're gonna plug in the formula. Okay, so x2 is 4, x1 is -4, so we have 4 minus -4. Okay, so when you plug in the negative number, here is -4, we need put a round bracket. Okay, so we have square plus, we also have y2 is 8 minus 11 square. Okay, and we're gonna simplify it. So 4 minus -4 gonna be 8, and 8 minus 11 gonna be -3 square. Okay, and again we can simplify it. That will be 64 plus 9. Okay, and we boils down to square root of 73. Okay, now let's try the length of AC. Again, very similar. If we treat the A point is x1, y1, and then we choose the C point is x2, y2. Okay, then we're gonna plug in. X2 is 1, and x1 is -4. We have y2 is 0 minus y1, and then we can simplify it. 1 minus -4 is negative is 5 square, and here 0 minus -11 should be -11. Now we have 25 plus 121, and this one will boils down to 146. Now let's take a look the BC, yeah, and now we can assume B is x1, y1, right? Then C gonna be x2, y2. So we're gonna follow the distance formula again. That will be 1 minus 4 square, 0 minus 8, right? And we're gonna get -3 square plus -8 square. So -3 square gonna be 9, -8 square gonna be 64. Okay, so will be square root of 73. Okay, very good. So we find the length for each side. AC is square root of 146, and AB is square root of 73, and BC is square root of 73. Now we can determine which one is the hypotenuse, because hypotenuse has the largest length, right? Which one has the largest length? AC, right? This one is the biggest. So we can say C is square root of 146. Okay, we find the hypotenuse. And what is A? A is 6, or B is square root of 73. Okay, we found ABC. Very good. Now we can check. We check this formula, A squared plus B squared, whether A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Right? So we're gonna check A squared plus B squared. What is A? A is square root of 73. What is B? B is square root of 73. Right? 73 plus 73 equals 146. And how about the C square? C square equals square root of 146, and the square should be 146, right? So that means A square plus B square equals C square. Now we can tell that is what? That triangle is right triangle because it satisfies the Pythagorean Theorem. Okay, Pythagorean Theorem tells us if we have C squared equals A squared plus B squared, that means that is a right triangle. Okay, so we just write down that is right triangle. Now, how to evaluate the area of this right triangle, the area of the right triangle, we're going to follow the formula here. A equals 1/2 A times B. Okay, so since we know that is a right triangle, we can use the formula 1/2 A times B. 1/2 A is square root of 73 times square root of 73, and we're gonna get 73 over 2. Okay, and now we can fill the answer. The sum of squares of lengths of the legs of the triangle, that should be 148. The square of length of the hypotenuse of the triangle, that is c square, right? So it's 146. So what is area? Should be 73 over 2. Okay. Now let's take a look the second example. The first step, we're still gonna draw the picture. Okay, draw the picture. So we have A is -1, 4. Okay, and B is for example 6, 0, and the C is 2, 6. Okay, so we connect these 3 points. So we just write down the coordinates: -1, 4, and C is 2, 6, and B is 6, 0. Okay, now how to find the lengths for each side? We're gonna follow the distance formula. For example, here AB. Okay, we can follow the distance formula: x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. Okay, if I assume A is x1, y1, then the B should be x2, y2. Okay, x2 equals 6, y2 equals 0. Now we plug in. So x2, 6 minus -1, right? Square plus y2. y2 is 0. Okay, 0 minus 4. And we can simplify. 6 minus -1 is 7. 7 square plus -4 square. And then we can simplify it. 49 plus 16 equals 65. Okay, 65. Now let's take a look. Another one. AC. AC, we're gonna follow the same strategy. If we treat the C as x2, y2, right? So we just plug in the formula. C is 2, subtract -1 square, and y2 is 6, subtract 4 square. Okay, and then we can simplify it. 3 square plus 2 plus 2 square. Okay, 2 square, and we have 9 plus 4, that equals square root of 13. Follow the same strategy. How about the BC? For the BC, we can treat the B is x1, y1, right? y1, C is x2, y2. So plug in the formula. So x2 minus x1 gonna be 2 minus 6 plus 6 minus 0. That will be negative 4 squared plus 6 squared. We have 16 plus 36. Okay, 36. And this one will boils down to square root of 52. Okay, and compare the lengths of these three sides. We can easily tell which one is bigger. Of course, AB. AB is the biggest one. Okay, AB is the biggest one. So AB is the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse should be C. Okay, and for the AC, we can say that is A. A is square root of 13, and the B is square root of 52. Okay, B is square root of 52. A is square root of 13. Okay, now we're gonna check A squared plus B squared. A squared plus B squared. We plug in square root of 13 plus square root of 52, right? 52. That will boils down to 13 plus 52 equals 65. Exactly. Equals what? We're gonna check the C square, right? C square, that is square root of 65. And we're gonna find that is 65. So these two equivalent to each other, right? Equivalent to each other, and it satisfies the Pythagorean Theorem. So that means this triangle is right triangle. Okay, right triangle. Right triangle. Okay. Now, since we know that it's right triangle, that means we can use the formula A equals 1/2 A times B. Okay, just plug in to calculate the area of this triangle. So 1/2 times AA is square root of 13 times B square root of 52, and we have 13 times 52 equals 1/2. That will give you square root of 676. Okay, 676, and the square root of 676 gonna be 26. Okay, and that will be 13. Now we can fill the answer here. So the sum of the square of the length of the legs of the triangle, that means A square. That means A square plus B square, right? That is 65. And the square of the length of hypotenuse is C here, and the square of this guy is C square equals 65. And the area of the triangle is 13. Okay, it's 13. That's it.